Tonight we are in Manhattan, New York, where the organization Girl Child Network organized an event explaining to the people of New York what is happening worldwide with the child abuse. Now we have here Dorothy Johnson Laird. She's one of the members of this organization. So, good evening.
Hi.
Can you explain us about this organization? As far as I know, this is a movement.
Yeah, well, it started very small. It started in Zimbabwe, and the woman who started it, her name is Betty Mahoney, and she formed it to really help to rescue girls, young girls from about 3 upwards who were being raped and who were experiencing violence in Zimbabwe. So that's sort of the kernel of how it started. And then it kind of has gotten a little bigger now, so that's where it stands.
What is the mission of this organization?
The mission is really twofold. The first is to try to stop rape and violence of young girls in Zimbabwe, but also to sort of work to it's a movement to stop it worldwide as well. So it's localized in Zimbabwe, but it's now become a worldwide movement. But it's also at the same time working to empower young girls. So it's really, the mission is twofold.
Since Miss Mahoney had to, right?
Yeah.
Had to leave Zimbabwe and fly to England.
To UK.
So, what is happening with her now? Is she integrated in society?
Yeah, as far as I understand, her life is still threatened. She's still under a lot of pressure from other forces, but the movement is really strong. It's active around the world, so and it keeps continuing to grow. The girls have started other groups worldwide. In the United States, they have started in schools groups to work to empower other girls and to sort of heal them if they have experienced violence or rape. They've also started in colleges. So this is a movement that continues to grow and build.
What is the vision of the movement?
Well, the vision would be to ultimately stop the rape and the violence of the girls in Zimbabwe, and it's also about healing them, and it's also about empowering girls worldwide. So that's the vision as well.
As you mentioned, to stop the rape.
Yeah.
And you're talking about the girls.
Yeah.
The girls. What is in your evidence? Can you tell us what is the evidence there? How old is the youngest girl that was raped?
From what I know, I think the youngest age may be 3 years old of a young child that is being raped.
And this is happening in Zimbabwe?
Yes.
Was Miss Mahoney one of the victims?
She herself was a victim of rape, and her mother was killed as a result of domestic violence. So this is very dear to her heart as well.
As I heard, the myth in Zimbabwe used to be, and maybe still now, active, that idea, that movement is empowered to rape the girl. So if you rape the girl, cures the HIV/AIDS. Is that true? Is that still happening in Zimbabwe?
The myth still exists, not only in Zimbabwe, but also in other countries in Africa. So part of the work is to also educate people that this is not correct information, and that they need to be informed and educated about that as well.
how are the people cooperating with you, especially here in the United States?
Especially here, we are finding more support. People are very much cooperative. In Zimbabwe, of course, it's a very different story. This is a very difficult time in Zimbabwe, so her work was very much under fire. She was feeling very much threatened by what she was trying to do the work, but it has to continue because we believe in what we're doing.
Since this movement started worldwide, and of course people knows more about what's happening, especially we are more concentrated in Zimbabwe. Is anything happening to reduce the rape of these young girls?
I don't know for sure that anything too much is happening, but we continue to work to try to make that happen.
And how are the authorities reacting there?
I think that it's still very much difficult to change the society, to change the nature of what is going on. I think that Betty McConey felt very much somewhat threatened by the authorities there, so she didn't feel that they were supporting her.
So this is happening to the girls only?
Yeah, girls I would say, and maybe young women too.
Do you have any example that you brought any girl from Zimbabwe to West Europe or United States of America and educating them and giving them a chance to live normally?
Yeah, there's many examples of girls that she's rescued that are now young women. We have several now in university studying towards their degrees. So those women who are successful, young girls who've been successful, can now mentor the younger ones, so they can see that there's possibility, there's hope for them.
This was Dorothy Johnson-Laird, one of the members of this movement who is active in the United States, and she has her blog. Can you tell me the name of the blog?
It's on the website. It's girlchildnetworkworldwide.org.
Whoever can support this movement to stop the rape of the young girls in Zimbabwe would be appreciated. Thank you very much, and we wish you good luck in the future.